Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well and keeping safe out there in the world at this current time. And today I just want to take a few moments to talk about the Jay Slater situation. The young guy who went missing in Tenerife around about 3 weeks ago nearly now. So we'll get into that in a moment. When I do, I will be using the words speculation and apparently quite a lot, because we don't know all of the information and nothing has been 100% proven as fact. So for this video, I will be using the words, as I said, apparently and speculation. There's a lot of videos out there that are classing every bit of information that is received at the moment when they're doing videos as 100% fact. That is something I will not be doing, because we can't tell that it's 100% fact until we hear it ourselves and there's a final result. So let's go back to the very beginning, before Jay left for Tenerife. Now, this guy Jay is not an angel by any sort. He might look like an angel in the photographs that you see where he's got the big smile on his face and everything, which is the majority of the posters that are around Spain and everywhere else at the moment. But this guy is not an angel. He attacked with 6 or 7 other kids, a young guy, with machetes and knives and everything else, severely injuring the guy, but luckily he survived. He got community service for this horrific act under rehabilitation rules, where the time he served on community service was to do his rehabilitation, and he had to do 150 hours also of unpaid work. Then, a little while later, he decided to depart the UK and go on holiday for about 3 or 4 days to Tenerife. Now, this is where it all started, because as soon as he got to Tenerife, a short while later, he went missing, and no one's heard anything of him or seen anything of him in the last 3 weeks or more. We're nearly into a month now since he went from the UK to Tenerife. So basically, he went to what would have been a festival, as far as we know, apparently. Lucy, the girl that he was with that was a friend of his, left him, said she was very tired and wanted to go home to get some rest. He left the festival with 2 black Spanish men and went back to an Airbnb 10 or 12 miles away from his location where he was staying. Now, why anybody would do that with 2 guys he didn't know is beyond me. Now, according to one of the guys that was interviewed, one of the guys that went back to the Airbnb with Jay, he's now been cleared of all charges. He's spoken to the police and told them that Jay left the Airbnb a short while later and he was alive and well. Jay apparently had 1% battery left on his phone, hardly any water or anything, and decided, because he'd missed a couple of buses, that he was going to take a walk. Now, the walk that he would supposedly have taken is one of the most dangerous routes coming back from the area he was in to the area he was staying in with his hotel when he went on holiday, and it would take him around about 10 or 11 hours, maybe more, to walk back. So the route he took apparently was ill-advised. Now, I actually did see a video the other day, it was really interesting, by Peter Bleckley, an ex-police officer or detective, and he came up with the question of, if Jay had 1% battery and he didn't have much left on his phone, he didn't have much water or anything, why didn't he turn around and go back to the B&B, because he was only a short way away from there, get the water that he needed, get the rest that he needed, and charge his phone up with the 2 guys that he was at the Airbnb that were renting that Airbnb. He just decided that he was going to do this walk, and that was it. And also, the bus stop was only a short walk away from the Airbnb. So if he'd have stayed there, he would have been back on the next bus to take him back to where he came from, 10 or 12 hours away, and miles away as well, from the location he was at the festival. But that is a question that remains to be answered. Now, there's a lot of rumours and stories and everything swirling around. I'm not going to get into all of that. And that is where you need to use the words speculation and apparently. Because, as I said, nothing is deemed 100% true. Now, the walk that Jay took could have contributed to him going missing. He could have slipped on the edge. He could have fell down, and he's down somewhere so many feet down. They could have walked past him on a search but not seen him or something, That's one of the factors. But as you say, we have to wait till, we get 100% definitive proof of what's happened. The other speculated story is that while he was out there, he got involved in some drugs with Lucy. Now, it's speculated, apparently, that Lucy is a high-level drug mule. This is not me saying this. This is the story that has come out since he went missing, apart from the very beginning. Him doing that crime, horrendous crime here, with an attack on that young kid, going to Spain and going missing from the Airbnb. That's one of the possibilities of him going missing. He's fell over the edge or gone down so much of a drop. Now, the second theory, speculated, apparent thing, as I just mentioned, is that Lucy is a high-level drug mule. She has so many people working under her and the high levels above her. And she is in charge of pushing the drugs around clubs and parts of Ibiza, Spain, Tenerife and things like that. And she gets a call every so many months to go out there, work for these high-level drug dealers, make the money and everything else and get paid. And it's speculated that she is on £25,000 a month for the drug work that she's doing for the cartels in Spain. Now that's 100% speculation. We don't know that is 100% true. So the other apparent speculation is that Jay then got involved in the drugs. 5 bags were dropped off. The people under Lucy got the other bags to push the drugs around Spain, sell them off and get the money to give back to the higher-uppers, to give back to the other people at the very top, so they can divide that money up, pay their staff, the dealers and everything else, and make money for themselves as well. Apparently the rumour is that Jay lost the bag. Whether it was stolen or he lost the bag when he was carrying it round clubbing or something like that. But he's got himself into some trouble by losing the bag. The bag had a certain amount of drugs in it. The drugs all equaled to a certain amount of money, and that money is now lost because the whole bag has gone. Lucy apparently didn't tell the people above her that the bag had got lost. When they came to collect the money from the 5 bags, they only got the money from the 4 and realised one was missing. Then Lucy had to tell the dealers that Jay lost the bag and explain the whole situation. One of the other drug dealers was on the phone. When they got off the phone, they explained to Lucy and Jay that they had to make a certain amount of money back, I think about £30,000. Otherwise, they would all face death for a huge mistake they've made and losing money for the cartels. Now, that is 100% as I said, speculation and apparent information that's surfaced, which is another reason to say that apparently speculated that it's associated with him going missing. The other thing is the fact that these cartels, they may kill people for making a mistake like that, but I don't think it would be straight away. The other option is to say, to make up for the money, if you can't get the amount that we require, you'll have to work to pay the debt off. So they could have taken him somewhere and put him to work to repay that debt, because you're not going to get out of that situation very easily. You can't run to the airport or anywhere like that, because they'll have people there looking out for you, and as soon as they see you, they'll grab you and they'll take you straight back. So there isn't exactly what you would say a clean escape. And the only other option that I can see, which is the third surrounding fact, if he's fell off and died on the edge of the dodgy route that he took coming back from the Airbnb, if he's been put to work to repay the debt for the drugs he lost, if apparently that story is true, then that's what has happened. Or lastly, it comes down to the fact that he's been murdered, and if these cartel people that employ other people to get rid of somebody, depending on the circumstances, once you're gone, you're gone. They'll put you somewhere and bury you, and you'll never be found. If they don't want you to be found, you won't be found. So he's either slipped, fallen off the edge of a high area on the route he was walking on, and been severely injured, been there for quite a while and died. He's been put to work, if the apparent rumours are true, that he lost the bag of drugs equivalent to a certain amount of money to repay the debt, or he's been murdered and he's been put somewhere and he will never be found, and the search will never bring any sort of body being found or whatever to be deemed under whatever they use, dental records or anything else, as him. So if they don't want you to be found, you're not going to be found. These cartels work in ways where if you die, you're gone for good. You'll never be found. They'll put you somewhere where no one will ever think of looking. So I can't think of any in between to what I've actually explained as to anything else. There's no in between to the three options that I've given you. But I do hope that the family are actually going to be able to get some closure, because at the moment, I have no idea where their son is, or what's happened to him. And it's, as I said, almost a month gone by now. I think eventually the Spanish police are going to close the search down. After a certain period of time, resources and funds and everything will start running low, and the Spanish police will have to close the search down, unfortunately. Then it may fall to members of the public who want to join in and help. The family who have flown out from the UK to Spain, they'll be out there doing their thing as well. But unfortunately, until there is another lead which the Spanish police can pick up on, they won't continue the search again, and it will be, I think, a cold case, still open, but pending further investigation or any leads that occur, which will, spur the Spanish police to become involved. To become involved in it, in the search again. But that's just, a few things that have happened since he went to Spain and prior to him going to Spain that I know of. As I said, I use the word speculation and I use the words apparently because, to reiterate, nothing is 100% true until we get something on the news that says he's been found or some form of result. But yeah, I hope the family get the closure they need, and I hope that it's not too much longer now before they find some information that will give them, that peace of mind. It may not be good, but at least they know when they've been told what has happened. But I do hope that somewhere out there, possibly, he will be found and brought back. I'm not going to put a negative spin on the end of this video because there's enough negativity going around at the moment. The guy has committed his crime prior to going to Spain. He's done his time, and that's behind him now. I'm not going to sit here and bash him. What he did was disgusting, yes, but that's in the past, But there are a lot of people out there that are, I hope he's dead. I hope he suffered. I hope this has happened to him. I hope that's happened to him. I hope someone's got him out in Spain and, done this and done that. That sort of attitude and demeanour, putting videos out like that and saying things like that on, on the World Wide Web, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, whatever platform, totally unacceptable. People have made mistakes in the past and done bad things. We've all been guilty of it. I'm guilty of doing things in the past. That's all behind me now. Other people out there aren't squeaky clean. They've done things they're not proud of. And, a few of them are trying to turn their life around. Some have succeeded. Some are still trying, And some, unfortunately, have no hope of turning their life around. But, everybody deserves a second chance. And I just hope that the family in some way get the closure in the next few weeks and it's not too prolonged that they don't know what is going on. Because the longer it goes on that they have no idea about what's happened to their son, the worse it gets. I mean, families and parents, they're getting older. No one wants to outlive, their son or daughter. And it's not possible anyway. And nobody wants to be burying their son. It's said that, the son should be burying the parents, not the other way around. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget to leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Help support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Take care of yourself out there in the world, and bye-bye for now.